Within the various religions of the world, there are many different holy sites that hold significance to varying degrees. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton, and in this episode, we're visiting 10 of the holiest religious sites that pilgrimages are performed. So let's just jump right in without wasting any time. Starting at number 10, we have the Shrine of the Bab, and this is located in Haifa, Israel. The Shrine of the Bab is located on Mount Carmel, and it's the burial place of the Bab, who is the founder of a pretty new religion in the 1800s, and it broke away from the religion of Islam. So Babism was formed, and Babism led to the birth of the Baha'i faith, and hundreds of thousands of visitors every single year are able to go and view this luminous shrine. Now, the building's location, as well as its blend of Eastern and Western architectural styles, really has made it a very familiar and well-known landmark in the Mediterranean coast. Number 9 brings us Palitana. Now, this is a holy city that's located in Gujarat, India. Shatrunjaya Hill is an important place of worship in Jainism. And this, by the way, is a belief system that really revolves around non-violence towards all living things, people, animals, insects, and even bacteria. But either way, Shatrunjaya is a hill of steps that stretch 591 meters high. Also, you'll notice 863 marble Jain temples, and this makes up the holiest place on earth for Jainism. Wittenberg comes in at number 8. Now, this is the birthplace of the Protestant Reformation, and this site holds a lot of significance in Protestant Christianity. So back in the year 1517, there was a German monk by the name of Martin Luther, and he challenged the beliefs of the Catholic Church. He wrote what was known as the controversial 95 Theses, and he nailed the pages to the door of Castle Church. Now, this would begin what is known as the Protestant Reformation. There was the 7 Years' War, and a lot of Wittenberg was completely destroyed, but Castle Church was then rebuilt in the 1800s, and the text of Martin Luther's 95 Theses was actually inscribed onto the church's front doors. Now, inside the church, you'll find Martin Luther's tomb as well. Lumbini comes in at number 7. Now, this is considered the birthplace of Lord Buddha. Siddhartha Gautama, who eventually became the Lord Buddha, is said to have been born in a garden in Lumbini, Nepal, back in the year 623 BC. Siddhartha was a prince who then left his palace at the age of 29 years old on a journey to go and seek enlightenment. And the place Lumbini began seeing pilgrims after the Indian Emperor King Ashoka first traveled there. And the Ashokan pillar in the Lumbini garden marks the king's pilgrimage. And it's also inscribed with a dedication to the Lord Buddha. Now, in Lumbini, you'll also find the stone slab where Siddhartha Gautama was born, which is inside the Mayadevi temple. And also you'll find the pool which Siddhartha Gautama bathed in after being born. And this pool is called Puskarni. Next up at number 6, we have the Golden Temple. The Harmandir Sahib, aka the Golden Temple, is the most important Gurdwara or temple in Sikhism. Now, it's made of marble and it's overlaid with gold. Inside of the temple, visitors, you'll find the Guru Granth Sahib, which is a holy text in Sikhism. And it's also considered the 10th and final guru in the religion of Sikhism, and no human guru will come after. The body of water called the Amrit Sarovar, or the pool of nectar, surrounds the Golden Temple, and there's also a dining hall inside the temple that can hold over 3,500 people, and those who are in need can go to the temple and be served food. So guys, we just looked at 5 holy places for pilgrimages inside of various different religions. If you're enjoying this episode so far, be sure to leave a like, and also if this is your first time here to FTD Facts, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. Stay a while. We post videos daily similar to this, where we talk about religions, we talk about countries, we talk about cultures, we talk about people. So if any of those topics interest you, definitely FTD Facts is a place where you can learn all about that. So I can't wait to have each and every one of you, if you haven't done so already, join the FTD Facts family. But with that said, we got 5 more places to look at. Let's take a look at number 5. We have Sri Pada. Now, it's located in Sri Lanka, and Sri Pada, meaning sacred footprint, is also known as Adam's Peak. Now, this is a site that's recognized in Hinduism, Christianity, Buddhism, as well as Islam. So these 4 different religions consider the peak a sacred site. There's There's a rock formation near the top of the mountain, and it has varying significance. For Buddhists, they believe that it is a footprint of the Buddha. Muslims believe that it's a footprint of the Prophet Adam. And then Hindus believe that it's a footprint of Lord Shiva. And inside of Christianity, they believe that it's a footprint of Saint Thomas. Moving on now to number 4, that brings us to the Western Wall. This is the holiest site in the religion of Judaism. Jews of ancient times, they took great pride in their temple, and there's a lot of religious rituals as well as duties that were carried out there. But after the first temple had been destroyed by the Babylonians, there was a second temple that was built, and it was built to, of course, replace the first one. But then that one was later destroyed by the Romans in 70 AD. After that, the remaining wall, Kotel, or the Western Wall, became a place of worship and mourning for the old temples. It's located in the old city of Jerusalem, and thousands of people constantly visit this wall. You may have also heard it go by the name of Wailing Wall as well. Number 3 brings us Badranath, and Badranath is a town in India, and it's the most important site of the Char Dham, which are the 4 Hindu pilgrimage centers. Located within the Himalayas, Badranath is a place sacred to the god Vishnu, specifically though in Vishnu's dual form, and that form is known as Narayana. Now you'll find the Badranath temple built in the 9th century there, and other than visiting the temple, visitors can also take a spiritual cleanse in a natural hot spring there, either the Tap Kund or the Surai Kund. Number 2 is the city of Mecca, and the city of Mecca is a city where only Muslims are allowed. Every year, millions of Muslims visit Mecca, and this pilgrimage is called Hajj. This promotes unity among Muslims worldwide, and it's one of the 5 pillars of Islam, and every able-bodied adult Muslim who can afford it must perform Hajj at least once in their lifetime. Mecca is where the Prophet Muhammad received the first revelation of the Quran, and the Grand Mosque is where the Kaaba is located, and this is the holiest building in the religion of Islam. Number 1 brings us Vatican City. Vatican City, or the Holy See, is actually an enclave, which pretty much is a state surrounded by a state, and it became independent in the year 1929. Although it has been the home for the Pope, the leader of the Catholic Church, ever since the year 1378. Now, St. Peter's Basilica houses the tomb of the first Pope, who's believed to be the Apostle Peter, as well as other notable sites include the Sistine Chapel, the Vatican Gardens, as well as the Vatican Museums. And the Vatican Museums are amazing. They contain ancient Roman sculptures, among other fascinating items. And with that, this episode comes to an end. This was a brief look at 10 holiest religious sites for pilgrimages. Really hope you guys learned something new and enjoyed this one. Be sure to leave your thoughts and comments down below about anything I mentioned in this episode or anything else that you want to share. My social media links are below in the video description section as well, and I'll leave you with a recommended episode that's going to be coming up at this end screen. So tap that once you see it, and I'll see you in the next episode.